working. Yeah, this is the start.
Yeah.
We are at the Lemosho gate, right?
We are at the Lemosho gate. We are very fit. Yeah. We rock and roll.
Apparently, before we leave, it's quote breakfast time though at 12:20. But it's perfect. I'm pretty hungry. Yeah. Charge up some energy. This is the crew, by the way. We're a small crew. Yeah. Only 5 people, and me. 5. 6 with me. And, I mean, obviously, 5 people seems like quite a bit of people just to go to the top. But from what I've heard, many of the groups are like 10 people joining for each climber. I don't need any luxury on the mountains, but good food is sure a plus. Carb the fuck up. It's almost time to go. The trail starts right there. I did put my backpack on the scale. Apparently it's 14 kilos, but it feels pretty light, so I think it's going to be okay. He's belonging to this crew, which is another group that's leaving now. They seem to be carrying a little bit more equipment. I see some chairs there. No chairs in my group. Trail is going straight up right away. This is so beautiful. It's so crazy because at this altitude, I mean, there is not even this altitude in Sweden, but at this altitude in Sweden, there would be no trees. None at all. And here, they have these massive trees that somehow managed to grow at 2,000, maybe 200 meters. Where does the tree stop here?
We are going to stop at 3,400. We are going to get another
terrain
level of the mountain, which is the moorland.
Okay.
Yes.
So 3,400 meters, no more trees. Bye-bye. Okay, we will see how the terrain changes. This is also the cool thing about hiking. We'll see, we start in the summer climate, and we'll get to the spring, it gets a bit less vegetation, and then we get out to the wasteland where it is winter. We're starting to get some altitude, I think. We must have gained 300-400 meters, maybe.
Yes.
Maybe more than halfway now, I think. Today.
More than, yes.
Literally 2 minutes after I said that, we arrived at the first camp. And that means, let's see, we gained 550 meters. Yeah, easy hiking today. I feel good. The thing that I'm so curious about is how hard is this going to be. First day was super easy, but you know, you heard so much about this and you know that there's altitude coming. How well am I going to handle this? I'm not an athlete, but I'm relatively moderately fit, I think. So I hope that it's going to be all right, but we'll see. This is the kind of beauty that is best captured by eye and not really by a camera. Listen to the sounds. It is the morning. It is the morning. The next morning. I don't think I show you my little camp. This is one of our tents. This is the other tent. That is all. Not so much. Look at that monkey's ass. These monkeys, they have been making sounds all night. There's another one, much smaller. The guy is sure checking out our camp. Tell me about today's hike.
Today is very good.
Yeah?
We're hiking like 11 kilometers.
Yeah.
It's a little bit steep, but we are going to changing the environment to get in a short tree.
Yeah. So the bush forest.
The bush forest.
Okay.
So everything is Great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 11 kilometers up and new landscape ahead. Always changing. Now we reached it.
Yes.
The border.
The border.
The border between the lush rainforest and the bush forest.
Moorland.
Moorland.
Yeah.
It's always like this when you go on mountains. It's like all the trees, they agreed on, this is the place where we are gonna stop growing. And then you get to a different, oh wow, climate, different terrain. So no more monkeys. You can see the fog coming up from the forest. Look at this! We're already in the first camp and time is only 12. But you can see the Kilimanjaro mountain there rising up from, wow, it's just like from the plateau and up several thousand meters. So apparently we're going to stay here and take a little day hike without the backpacks and so on to one of the peaks here. I think that sounds like a good plan. But yeah, today was easy. 01, 3,610 meters. In the middle of the moorland. One thing is for sure, and that is that I don't have to starve. Look at all this food. Oh, this must be 2 portions. And there's some salad too. Wow. Okay, I'll do my best. Sunbathing at 3,000 plus meters. Not bad, I must say. It is really warm and nice. Thumbs up. Still second day. But without the backpack, because now we're going for the Shira Peak. You can't see it, but it's there, I promise. A little bit extra training, getting the body used to the altitude. Yeah, that's what we are doing now. How high are we going now, the Shira Peak?
3,800.
Woohoo!
Yes.
That is like Mount Fuji.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll
going there to gain the altitude.
Yeah.
Before we drop down again.
Perfect for sleeping and resting.
Yes.
Also, I need to burn off that big lunch.
Yes, because
they feed me like I'm some huge guy.
you have to eat. Because no budgeting of food, and also we need the energy for the summit.
Yep.
Yes.
That is the plan.
Good.
It's this fog or clouds just going over the wasteland kind of gives me Lord of the Ring vibes. Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings vibes. Yeah, it's like we go into Mordor. Apparently, these flowers are called, I don't know what they call them in Swahili, but translates to the everlasting flower. And they sure seem to be, because they are the only flowers that are growing here together with the bushes. Just felt that this is the perfect occasion for a small lecture in hydrology. Here we can see the clouds forming on the right side of the mountains. And do you know why? Well, this is the case. Now the wind coming in here, pressing itself over the mountain, wind going faster and faster over the mountain, air pressure increasing, and then it goes over the ridge, over the top, and the pressure drops, which means that the temperature drops. And therefore we have these pretty clouds forming. I hope I said it right.
You are right.
Okay, good.
We are doing very super. Everything.
Oh, and we get the sun. Getting welcomed.
Yeah. Good.
Welcoming with sun
Yeah.
to the cathedral peak. Wow. I'm going to try not to fall down. So cool. And this is only the first top.
Yes.
This is the Shira plain and the camp is over there, I think, in the sun. Now from the Shira peak we can finally see where we are going. That is the big mountain. From here it doesn't look so big, but I think I think we have a bit of work to do to get up there. I'm a little bit worried about the battery situation. So I won't be filming much today, day 3. I just wanted to show you my icy tent. Look at this. It's glimmering. Everything is covered in a bit of frost. And there we have Kilimanjaro and no clouds. Can't see any clouds today. It's a sunny day. These birds are... They always try to steal my food. Anyway, I'll see you again in day 4. Now we're doing the warm-up for the Kilimanjaro Olympics. Woo! Wow! You have to check where I land. Okay. Woohoo! And he takes back the lead. Big applause! Woo!
I think this one is the champion one.
Yeah.
Yeah, over here.
Yeah. We're now at the last round, and we can summarize that Julius is the leader. And after that, who is after?
Joseph.
Joseph. And third?
Zamora.
Zamora. Okay. And now, last from me. Will I improve myself? Or not? The moment of truth. I'll change my style.
Yes.
I'll do this one.
Okay. The last one.
I have my muscles in the legs, okay?
Legs. But in the arms.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now we have the prize ceremony on the other side of the tent here. Stand on the stone. No, you need to stand on it. This is the pallet. Stand. Stand on it.
Okay.
Okay. Number 1. Big applause. Big applause. Okay.
Yeah.
Big muscles.
Yeah.
Okay. That was fun. That was fun, even though I lost. But, well, the prize money went to the crew at least. So that's good. Apparently they want to do it again tomorrow, but I think maybe I should do something that might be a bit better for me. Maybe running, we'll see. It is the end of day 4 and things are starting to get real. Or well, tomorrow things are starting to get real. Anyway, my lips are a bit swollen. I think I burnt them pretty bad on the sun yesterday. But other than that, I'm feeling super fine. So I thought I'd give you the tent tour. This is the huge tent, just for little me. And go inside. This is the outer part of the tent, where I have a little candle. The coziness, not much happening here. My sticks. And here is where I sleep. And And this is my super warm sleeping bag. It's actually too warm. I have to keep it partly open, otherwise I will boil. This is a bag of clothes that I use as a pillow. My stuff, not super organized, but well, it's there. But what's organized is the things that I might need during the night. Well, not really the book, but I keep them. I keep them here on the side, so I can reach them if I want to go out. And that is about the tent tour. I don't know what my flashlight is doing at the moment. It goes into the super bright mode all the time. Anyway, that's it. I see you again tomorrow. Good morning. Good morning. It is day 5. Yesterday we hiked very long and we lost a bit of altitude, so we could get a good night's rest at the lower altitude. So today is going to be quite a short hike, but we're going to gain a lot of altitude. Then we're going to stay in the camp and start hiking for the top at midnight. So it's time to start getting excited for the real. I sure am. It's finally getting real. Yeah. Quite a view from the tent, huh? Okay. This is the school hut camp, 4,800 meters above sea level. According to the sign down there, it said 10 kilometers. GPS said 4.65. I don't know. If you go climb Mount Kilimanjaro, don't trust these signs. I think the elevation is okay, but obviously the distance is not so much. Anyway, I'm still feeling good. Really start to feel the altitude here, but as long as you move slowly, it is totally okay. If you move quickly, you get a heavy breath, or if you do something that is very exhausting. But as long as you move slowly, no problem really, yet at least. Okay. Last acclimatization climb before the final ascent. Kilimanjaro, the main peak is up there. I'll try not to do suicide by selfie. It's a bit of a fall down here. Oh. Feeling good. Only problem is my lips. But well, can't complain too much about that. Bring a good book to Kilimanjaro. There might be some waiting and resting. Yeah. I am super excited. Can you tell? Time is 3:30. It is 9 hours until we're going to leave, hike up to the top. I just finished my book. There is nothing more to do. I'm going to listen to some music, relax, gather some energy, drink some water, prepare. Yeah, that's about it. I heard this brings good luck for the hike. Good morning. Time is 12:30. It's time to get dressed, eat something, and go climb. Packing the last things. For the top, we're not going to bring the big backpack. Picking those up on the way down again. So only this little thing goes with me to the top. How nice is that? They're getting ready too. I'll be checking in with you at least once an hour during the final ascent. 1 hour in. Time is 2 a.m. We are doing fine.
Very fine.
So far everything feels good. The only thing, I mean, we're walking in the dark, so it's a bit hard with the balance. Now it's time for the best part of hiking. Julius, give me some light.
Okay.
And that is the snacks. Everyone loves corny. Chocolate and carbs. Nom nom nom. It's kind of ice, but still good. I should probably put them next to my body. No. Nom nom. We found a little cave and other hikers as well.
Hans Maya Cave.
They are saying they are doing fine, and so are we. What do you think we have been doing?
We are
400
doing very
meters.
Good. We are doing very good, and everyone is good.
Yeah.
We're ready to rock and roll.
We have now left the part that you called the horizontal hike, which probably most people would call a pretty steep uphill part.
Now is we get steep, but it's a switch part.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It is getting more steep now, and
Switch
it's
part.
more sandy,
Yeah.
which makes it hard to hike. That is the 3 a.m. check-in. See you again at 4. Ciao. Time is 3:43 and my fluid water bag is frozen. Surprise! Time is 4 and I'm happy to announce that it's finally starting to become a bit physically challenging. But we are making good progress. I think we have like one group that are maybe 1 hour ahead of us. And then there are a few behind us. So I think we are doing fine.
Yes, and also we're just getting the challenging part,
Yeah,
but it's not very bad.
we must be at 5,500 or
Yes,
something.
Yes.
So that's very good. Time is 5:05 and we are at Gilman's Point, 5,681 meters. The last hour was pretty terrible, to be honest. You took one big step and had to stop in order not to have your breath racing or feeling nauseous or too lightheaded. We made it here, so yeah, we will continue. To be honest, I didn't think it would be this hard. But then reality came and slapped me in the face. This is so beautiful. I think I get like an adrenaline rush. Time is 6. Last couple of 100 meters up to the summit. This is crazy. Look at the glacier. Isn't that cool? I'm gonna run the last bit to the top. This is awesome! How is it possible that we as humans can be so amazed by a stupid sunrise over and over again? So, here we are in front of the official sign saying that we made it to the highest top in the southern hemisphere, and now is the time when I would say something poetic to round off this video. I don't know. I say as I always say, I guess. What is it that makes climbing mountains so special? I don't know. It's kind of an analogy for life in general. We all climb our own mountains. And I wish you the best in your journey in climbing yours. Yeah. Kilimanjaro is fantastic. I will get back with some questions and answers and some thoughts about my trip. But that will be when I'm not at the cold top. See you later. Finally, more than 1 year after making this video, I'm got the time and energy and will to edit it. So here we are, and I thought that I would share some of the practical sides and my thoughts about the hike. So to start, me and my group, we were hiking the Lemosho trail on a 7-day itinerary, and I booked my climb through Kilimanjaro Alpine Services, KHS, which is a budget organizer of climbs. That does by no mean that it was cheap. It was still around $2,300, including some hotels before and after and so on. But still, compared to some other groups, it was rather affordable, which of course meant that the experience was a bit different, but I will come to that. The main reason why I decided to go with the budget group was not really that I wanted to save a few $100s, but rather that I wanted to have an experience that is not that feels like a reasonable mountain trekking experience. I don't need anyone to carry my backpack as in some of the other groups. I don't need them to take big tent for sitting and eating, and toilet tents even I saw in some of the more fancy groups. I just need I don't need that. So I felt that in this experience offered by KHS, it would still feel like a moderately reasonable climbing experience for me. Of course, the group still helped a lot. It was much easier than a self-sustainable hike would have been. For example, this eating delicious food all the hike, and a lot of fresh food also, especially the first days. Which was something that, of course, wouldn't have happened if it was a self-sustainable hike. So, I mean, it was still nice. I think COVID affected the formation of the group. When I booked it, they said that there will be 3 people supporting my hike, but in the end there were 5. Unfortunately, and this probably meant that there was more fresh food and so on. But unfortunately there were no other climbers, which I felt was a little bit sad. The group was open to other climbers as well to sign up, but as it was during COVID, I guess that the demand was not so high. So sometimes I would have appreciated having more people around to talk to and hear about their climbing experience from other mountains and so on. But it was still okay. And on the other hand, I mean, on the positive side of fewer climbers meant that there were also fewer groups overall climbing the mountain, fewer people on the trails, no congestion on the trails, as I've been reading about. Some people had that experience when climbing Kilimanjaro. Nothing of that, fewer people in the camps and so on. So that's the positive side. The physical side of the climb, for me it was fairly easy up until the last ascent to the top. All of the days up until that felt like pretty easy climbing. But I'm happy that there was some challenge in the end also, otherwise I would have felt that it was too easy. And for sure the final ascent was pretty tough for 1 or 2 hours at least, when we were walking a very steep hill
where the surface is just sand. You put your foot there and slide down, and the air is very thin. You feel nauseous, tired. But then we finally got up to the Gilman's Point, and after that the hike or the climb turned nicer again. The last few hundred meters to reach the top. So I mean, I'm happy that I did it, and I think that most moderately fit people can probably also try to go for a Kilimanjaro hike. I do recommend it for sure. I think I would also like to go back one day and do the hike as a more self-sustainable hike. We'll see if that will ever happen, but I would really like to go back and do it again. With that said, thank you so much for watching, and thank you to the team, of course, Julius as a guide and the wide team. Thank you so much for taking me up to Kilimanjaro, to the top. If any of you watching have any questions, of course, feel free to ask in the comments, and I will get back to share my experience or tips on practical details for the hike if you would like to try it yourself. With that said,